Hello and welcome back. We're so glad you're here today. Come and join the Young Toddler group as we interact and play. My name is Tamika Reese and I'll be your guide through this visit. On this video, we will cover your parent-child interaction. This week we have actually 2 parent-child interactions, so that means that is a double visit. We're also going to cover the develop-centered parenting, and we're going to cover the family well-being. All right, guys, let's get started. So to begin our class, we're going to go ahead and welcome our child into the activity. We're going to sing our song. This week we're going to change it up just a little bit. The song that we're going to sing is called Hello. So I'm going to sing it for you. It says, hello, 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 and how are you? And then the child would answer, I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. And then you'll say the person's name. So it'll be, my name is Miss Tamika, so it'll be, Miss Tamika's here, Miss Tamika's here. Hello, and how are you? And then I would answer, I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. And then you can go on to your child's name, or if you're the mom, you're like, Mommy's here, hello, and how are you? And then you would say, I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. So this is just another song to welcome you in, to begin your activity, to kind of get them change their mindset and get focused on the activity at hand. All right, I'm gonna sing it for you one more time. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Miss Tamika's here, hello, and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. So I hope you enjoy this new song. You remember it takes repetition in order for your child to kind of get the hang of things. I just wanted to change it up on you, trying to give you another way of beginning your activity and making sure that everyone is focused and ready to get started for this fun activity that we have. Let's begin with our book reading. So our book for this week is Little Boy Blue. And remember, when we're reading our book, we're going to make sure we talk to our child about the parts of the book. So this is the front of the book, this is the spine of the book, and this is the back of the book. And then you can also tell your children that we read the words from left to right. So this kind of helps them understand how letters make up words and words make up sentences. And just to get them to understand that these different symbols, these alphabet letters, they make up different sounds and you put them together to make words. So the name of our book is Little Boy Blue. Okay. Oh, look. I think our book is defective. Little Boy Blue, come blow your horn. The sheep are in the meadow. The cow is in the corn. Ooh, what sound does a sheep make? Say, bah, bah. And then we can ask the child, what sound does the cow make? Moo. And then you can also ask them, like, what do you see in the picture? We have sunflowers and corn and the clouds in the sky. Where is the little boy who looks after the sheep? And this is a good question. You're like, oh, where is he? Where do you think the boy is? He's under the haystack, fast asleep. All right, can you pretend to be asleep? Will you wake him? No, not I. For if I do, he's sure to cry. Oh, look, he was frightened when they woke him up. All right, that's the end of our book. I really hope you enjoyed this book. And remember, the name of the book is Little Boy Blue. The name of our first activity is Yarn Ball Fun. So for this activity, we're going to actually need yarn. So I have some yarn here. And on the paper, it says you need like an 8-inch square of heavy cardboard and scissors. But actually, I'm going to show you how to use your hands in order to make the yarn ball. So just our safety tip for this activity is going to be give yourself plenty of space when tossing the yarn ball. Your child just learned how to control their movement, and you don't want them to knock anything over. So just make sure that the area that you're using is very spacious, just in case things kind of get a little, not wild, but give them some space for them to be able to use those gross motor skills. So that's the area of development we're going to focus on, is our motor skills. So your child is developing large muscle control as he tosses, rolls, and shakes the yarn ball. Your child is learning hand-eye coordination as he uses his hand and arms together to throw and catch the yarn ball. Moving and dancing is not only fun, but it also helps your child relieve stress. So when your child is being able to throw the yarn ball and move and run over here to catch it and run over there to get it, it's helping them kind of like their bodies to relax and relieve that stress, but it's also helping them learn how to understand that hand-eye coordination with them throwing and releasing the ball and aiming at a target. So just a fun fact, when your child is dancing and moving, they're actually using both sides of their brain. So this is a good activity for you to be able to help your child exercise those skills with developing both sides of their brains. So during this activity, the parenting behavior is going to be supporting learning. So you're supporting your child's learning when you're having fun with them and you're together engaged in this activity. You're building a relationship with your child. You're also supporting your child's emotional development and their self-esteem while you're involved in this activity and having fun. So it's going to be with your reactions on how you respond to them when you tell them catch, go get it. The more excited you are with doing the activity, the more excitement they'll have doing the activity with you. So first we're going to take our yarn. We provided you some yarn in your bags, so we gave you several inches of yarn. So the first thing you're going to do is just cut a piece off so that you can use that to wrap it around. And then next, you can use your fingers, like the width of your fingers, depending on how big you want the ball. You're going to take it and you're going to wrap it around. So as you can see, I'm wrapping it around several times. I would say use it as all the rest of the yarn that's left. Just wrap it around to make it into like a two circles. So once you've wrapped the rest of the remainder of the yarn, you're going to take it and you're going to tie that small piece that you had. You're going to take it and you're going to tie it around the center so that you'll have loops on this side and loops on the other side. And then once you've tied it off, you're going to just cut each side of the yarn, and it's going to make a big poofy yarn ball. And if you're not, if you don't have the yarn, then you can use just any type of ball. So what you're going to do after you've made your yarn ball, first you're going to allow your child to basically explore with the ball. See what they're going to do with the ball. Tell them to touch the ball. Feel the texture of the ball. Is it soft? Maybe you could take it and rub it to their skin and see how they react. You can take it and tickle it to them and say tickle, tickle, tickle. So these are just some fun things you can do to help them kind of get comfortable with the texture of the yarn and just kind of see how they're going to do. So now it's time to have fun. You're going to sit across from your child and you're going to roll the ball to the child. Then you're going to ask them to toss it back to you. So you can do this back and forth tossing until the child is no longer interested, or you see that the child is ready to bring it up to another level. So then after you do that, you're going to cut on some lively movement, some lively music, and then you're going to dance and shake and shake the ball to the sound of the music. So you're going to have on your music and you're like whoop, 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 whoop. You can dance with the yarn. So look around in your home for ways to play. So you can use this ball, you can take it and you can toss it into a basket, or you can roll it, use it to roll, to knock down empty water bottles, plastic bottles, and see. So you can just use this ball. This is another way for you to use a creative way for you to incorporate those gross motor skills. I know it's kind of hard for us to be outside and into the park, so this is a good way for you to be at home to develop those gross motor skills using those big movements. So when you're finished with the activity, there's some questions on the back of the form, and it asks, what do you notice about your child? So while you're playing with the yarn ball with your child, just kind of watch them and observe what kind of gross motor do they have. Are they able to balance while they're playing? Do they tumble over and fall a lot? Or do they really have good balance? How are they when they're running? Do they run fast? Do they run slow? Are they able to run around the different obstacles that that might be in the house? If there's a chair or something, are they able to understand when you're going under the table to go get the ball? The ducking down, the depth perception of moving around. So then just kind of jot down some notes on what you noticed while your child was playing with these gross motor skills. And then you can see what's the next step that you need to do with your child, seeing if they're able to walk on their tippy toes, or are they running on their tippy toes, things like that. And then what did you notice about yourself? Were you engaged with your child? How did you encourage your child to get involved in this activity? What kind of words did you use to encourage your child to get involved? What kind of actions did you use? What were your facial expressions like? These are some things that you can write down, just kind of that you noticed about you and your child during this activity. And then you can discuss it furthermore with your parent educator, your home visitor. So once you're finished with this activity, the continued learning part of it is, after lively play, you can practice calming down and becoming back at a quiet state. So after you having this high energy music and everything going on, playing and having fun, then maybe you can switch to some calming, like classical, some jazz or something like that. Something kind of calm your child down, so they'll be able to learn how to bring themselves down after having such a lively play. So one thing you can do is have your child follow your lead. So you could be like, whew, that was so much fun. I'm so tired. I need to rest. Can you rest with me? Do you want to rest? And these are some things you can do to help your child, encourage them with bringing their activity level down, maybe sitting on the couch together with a blanket or your pillow or something like that, and just kind of like breathing, doing some breathing exercises, some deep breathing, or just sitting down at the kitchen table drinking a glass of water. And these are some things you can do to help your child bring calm down, and after they've been to this high play, they need to be able to know how to bring it back down. All right, so that concluded the first activity. So our next activity is entitled Obstacle Course. So this will be another activity that we're going to be focusing on the gross motor skills. So for this activity, you're going to need various things that are in your home, things like a pillow, maybe boxes, a laundry basket, catalogs, or other things that you can use in order to build this obstacle course. So for this activity, the developmental domains that we're going to be focusing on, the main one is the motor skills. So your child, your baby, is planning her movements while she's doing this activity. Your baby is being able to move her body in ways that she wants to. She can go over something, under something, she can pull up on things, she can go fast or she can go slow. So these are some things that your child is going to be doing while they're doing this activity. Another domain that this activity focuses on is language. So when you're talking to your child about their actions, going under, going over, going around, your baby is learning positional words. So positional words are things like up, down, like positions that they're putting their body. So up, down, in, out, pull, push, things like that. And also another thing, development area that they're focusing on is the cognitive development. So your baby is developing the ability to think more, than one thing at one time. And that's unnecessary to being able to do complex tasks like walking and running. So this is while they're doing these type of activities, it's helping their brain being able to function and that higher order of thinking. So the parenting behavior for this activity is responding. Your baby is gaining confidence as you support their exploration. Your baby will try this obstacle course because your baby trusts you to keep her safe. Your baby is learning confidence because you believe in their ability to follow, remind, and create new paths. So what we're going to do first is, after you've got all those materials together, you're going to arrange these items like the pillow, the basket, and things, and close to each other to create an obstacle course for your baby. You can move a chair for her to crawl around, or move the table for your child to crawl under. So what you're going to do is create this obstacle course within your home for your child. Then you're going to describe your child, their actions. So if your child is crawling over something, you're going to say, oh, look, you're crawling over the pillow. Or if your child crawls under the table, oh, look how you're crawling under that table. Or if your child pulls up to the chair to stand. Just describe to your child the actions that they're doing. Another way you can do this is playing follow the leader. So you can also include other members in this obstacle course. So it'll be a good idea, maybe if you have an older sibling or a younger sibling, y'all can all work together on this obstacle course. But just remember to make sure you keep it safe, depending on how big, the movement range of your child, if they're able to run, walk, crawl over things. And just also, you want to make sure, if you're going to use like a laundry basket or things like that, you're going to make sure that you have them in a stable and sturdy position, so that if your child does pull on it, that they're not able to tumble it over and fall back. So we want to make sure we keep our kids safe. So talk to your baby about what you're doing. Join in. Make it exciting by pretending to taste your child. Or you can mirror your child's emotions. So when your baby laughs, you laugh with them. Or if they're smiling, you smile back. Just kind of mirror their emotions, because that'll help make them more fun and engaging. So remember, on the back we have these questions on what did you notice about your baby's play? So what did you notice while your baby was playing? Was the baby happy? Was she engaged? How did she pull up on the obstacle course, maybe on the chair or things like that? Or then you can also see what's the next steps for your child. So if your child is crawling now and you see them pulling up, are they able to walk around the furniture? That'll be the next steps, and maybe, or can they stand independently? And if they're doing that, or are they able to run across the room, or are they able to walk on their tippy toes? And then you also think about, what did you notice about yourself? How engaged you were with the activity? What kind of things you did in order to keep your child involved? So the continued learning is, you can go to the park and find like a playground where there's turf for your baby to engage. And I know it can't be hard to like go into the park because of the COVID situation. So maybe you can go outside in front of your home. Maybe there's a sidewalk, or maybe there's maybe a pavilion somewhere outside. Maybe you can have your child maybe see if they can jump over the line on the sidewalk, or see maybe if they can balance themselves on, how in the parking lot they have like the concrete barriers, to see if maybe your child can balance themselves on that, or balance themselves on the curb. So these are just some things that you can take this activity to move it on the outside of the home, or just extend the play of this activity. So I hope you enjoy. Remember to write down what you noticed about your child as they explored in these activities, and what you noticed about yourself, and then you can take that and discuss it with your home visitor. This week, Develop Center Parenting is entitled Designing an Active Lifestyle for Your Toddler. Your child's new mobility will spark curiosity and for more movement. Soon, your child will start jumping and running. By the time your child is 3, They will be kicking a ball, climbing stairs without help. As your child gets older, you will want to try more new things with your child and play as your child is learning to play with others. There were This is where you come in. Your child wants to play with you. Friends and family are the best role model as an active lifestyle. So, um, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it has to be structured exercise at the gym or things like that. But just having fun and active play with your toddler can be simple as throwing or kicking balls of different sizes, jumping over jump ropes or into hula hoops, things like walking around the block, visiting a playground, um, or right now we can't do like the splash pad or things like that. But just it's you are the role model for your child. So how much activity that you display with your child is kind of going to determine how active your child is going to be. So it's up to you to encourage your child to understand the importance of having a healthy, active lifestyle. So by the time they get to that 4 and 5 year old, maybe you can start them with like little league or things like that. But you also have to be that role model for your child. So as your child's motor skills develop, you can introduce your child to new games that have hand-eye coordination or hand-foot control, like catching the ball or playing soccer. By encouraging your child to stay active as he grows, you are laying the groundwork for your child's having a lifelong health habits. So what you can do, you can follow your child's lead as you play games together, and you can encourage your child to build motor skills that he already has. You can jump on 2 feet, or try having your child to jump on 1 foot, so learning how to hop on 1 foot. Things that you can do now is like the game that we had with the yarn, the obstacle course. These are things that you can do to help encourage your child build that healthy lifestyle that you want them to have, that's going to be long lasting. So sometimes things you should do is give your child at least 30 minutes of structured physical activity and at least 1 hour of unstructured activity each day. It doesn't need to be all at once. So you don't have to do this like all at one time. But you can do maybe 15 minutes in the morning, or 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, in the afternoon, and 10 minutes in the evening. Just having some kind of structured play or some type of activity, physical activity in the home. So you should make play a priority. I know that family life can be very busy, but you can plan your play ahead of time. So you can find yourself forgetting to schedule play, just put it on the calendar. Another thing you can do is to limit your child's television time. Children at this age want to watch TV, but it can take away from the time that you can spend together being active. So just some things you can do could be going for a walk, on a nature walk. That's something very simple, and it doesn't cost you anything, just to go outside and do a nature walk. Or things like you can go to the dollar store and buy bubbles. That's a very fun activity for children to do, and it's going to have them being active and moving and jumping. Just you blowing the bubbles and having them jumping and catching and popping the bubbles. So those are just some examples of some kind of physical activity that you can do, and it's fun, and it's going to help your child just start building that foundation for this lifelong journey. Today's family well-being is entitled Keeping Fit for Yourself. Have you ever heard of the saying, you are what you eat? Well, this is absolutely true. And guess what? You are also what you do. That's because what you put into your body and what you do with your body has a big impact on your health. So when we eat a healthy diet and keep active, we tend to feel better and have more energy and be in a better mood. There's a good chance that you live longer also, especially if you avoid smoking and recreational drugs. It's difficult to know what's healthy with so much competing information out there. So a healthy diet includes things like lots of fruits and vegetables, whole grains and carbohydrates, protein and calcium, and healthy fats such as nuts and olive oils and avocado. One thing you can do is to have portion control. So portion control is a big is like understanding like how much you need for your body. So making sure that you're not overeating on certain things. So I mean, I understand we have our fruits, our vegetables, and proteins that we need, but we also want to make sure that we're doing a balance of having not too many carbohydrates or these fats and oils that we have. Because if you're not able to have that portion control, it can lead to things like heart disease, stroke, and diabetes, and some type of cancers. I understand that it's hard sometimes and it's not always easy to eat healthy because it does take preparation and for you planning your meals. And it's also not easy to just stay active because we have our kids that we have to tend to, other family members that we have to tend to. And it's hard to sometimes take that time out for ourselves. So like we were saying, maybe you can incorporate some active time with your children to help build that lifelong activity with the whole family. And you can understand that like fast food restaurants are very convenient for you to go ahead and just go to McDonald's or go to a Burger King and just pick up a burger and some chicken nuggets. But those can be like treats. Those shouldn't be something that we eat constantly on a daily basis because it's not good for our body. It's our body needs those nutrients and those vitamins that come from the fruits and vegetables, whole grains, carbohydrates, proteins, calcium, healthy fats. So, and then the problem with fast food, it has like a lot of chemicals and sugars that aren't really good for our body. So there's a lot of simple habits that you can make that can make a big difference on the impact of your health. So some things you can do is try to cook your own food at home when you can. Another thing you can do is to eat as many fruits and vegetables as possible. Also eating fresh foods and avoiding the packaged or processed foods. That's a good thing that you can do. Making sure that you pay attention to the portion size that you're giving yourself and also to your children. Pay attention to how you feel after you're eating. So if if your stomach is starting to feel full, go ahead and stop and maybe drink a little water, and that'll help you get you to the fullness that you want. A good thing that you can do is exercise. It can either be walking. There's actually videos on YouTube that you can actually do to walk in your home. So you don't even have to go outside. There's YouTubes that you can do in the home where you're just walking in place and walking from side to side, walking forward, walking backwards. And these are things, and that like some of the videos, they're equivalent to walking maybe like 1 or 2 miles. So these are things you can do in your home. You don't even have to go outside, but just taking out that time just to make time for that making those healthy habits and those healthy choices. Another thing that you can do is to drink plenty of water. And also avoid eating empty calories. So empty calories can be food with high sugar or calorie intakes that doesn't have very much nutritional value. But guess what? Nobody is perfect. And it's okay to eat fast food sometimes. And it's okay to do nothing sometimes. But if you want to make the effort to eat healthy and to make these good choices every day, and guess what? It'll help you feel better. I want to thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoyed these activities that we had today for our double visit. Just a reminder that we're going to have our socialization on this Friday at 9 o'clock. That's January 15th. And it's for all of our toddlers, our younger and older toddlers. So just make sure you're there. It's gonna be so much fun. If you, in your packet, you should have received some materials for the socialization. It's gonna be some glow sticks and like some black sticks to make some glasses, and also maybe some things you can make like a bracelet. We'll explain more at the socialization. So just make sure if you're going to come to the socialization to have those things ready and handy so we can have us a fun time with our glow in the dark party. So just remember about socialization, January 15th. I want you guys to have a wonderful week. Enjoy the time that you have with your children. I hope you enjoy these activities and do them with your kids. Have fun. Remember, it's not about the process, the end product, but it's about the process you're going to, that you go through in order to get there. So just remember, just make sure that you have it fun and be focused on the goal that you have for your child. So if your goal is for your child to take this yarn ball and throw it across the room, and learning how to throw and aim into a basket, get that. Remember, make it fun, and just remember to stick with the goal that you have for your child. Thank you, and have a great week.